Austin, here's Jasmine Crockett, who is, I thought, a big leader in the Democratic Party. Her quote is, "This is a terrible nightmare. Somebody slap me and wake me the fuck up because I'm ready to get on with it." On with what would be my first question. And also, this is the way this is like how a podcaster talks or some shit.
All right, so I don't always agree with Bill Maher. I usually don't agree with Bill Maher. He sometimes has some cool things to say, but this time I really agree with Bill Maher this time. And black people seem to be real mad about it, specifically Roland Martin.
Congresswoman Jasmine Crockett is one of the most effective members of Congress, building up.
One of the most effective members in Congress. Hey, I mean, she's loud. I hope she does make it to a leadership position in the Democratic Party, because that'll only guarantee the Republican success, if you ask me.
Up a significant following all across the country. And she was also one of the folks who protested the lying speech of Donald Trump with the joint session of Congress. Well, that didn't sit too well with whiny ass Bill Maher.
Austin, here's Jasmine Crockett, who is, I thought, a big leader in the Democratic Party. Her quote is, "This is a terrible nightmare. Somebody slap me and wake me the fuck up because I'm ready to get on with it." On with what would be my first question. And also, this is the way this is like how a podcaster talks or some shit. Fuck it, man. Can you imagine, I don't know, Obama saying, "Oh, man, dude, this shit is whacked, and fuck it, slap me, I'm fucking over it." No, I mean, come on, man.
Also, there are
Talk about bitch assness. That's Bill Maher. Oh my God. What must we do? A member of Congress was actually cursing. You got Donald Trump, who gave a speech calling Colin Kaepernick a son of a bitch. You got the language that he's used. Bill Maher, go to hell, you asshole. Mondale, I am so sick of his whiny ass. He wants Democrats to fight. Now he's whining. Oh my gosh, she's talking like a podcaster.
I mean, they were whining about Trump when he said all kinds of things, but he doesn't curse like she does. She curses literally every time she's in front of a camera. Can you guys at least be consistent? If you're gonna say that Donald Trump says mean things and makes mean tweets, can you at least be consistent about your own side?
Like, do you know how many members of Congress I've talked to who actually curse? I know preachers who curse. Shut the hell up, Bill Maher.
He knows preachers that curse. Like, that's supposed to make everything okay.
Go smoke a blunt.
He can't smoke a blunt because he is an ass. He's a blunt himself. Listen, a blunt tool for stupidity. Bill Maher, to me, for a long time, has been anti-black. And I know a lot of people say they don't believe that. Bill Maher is racist as hell. This is just a reminder of that. The idea or the audacity of him to have a problem with Jasmine Crockett, who shows up to work more prepared than anybody in every fucking committee she sits on. No one is more prepared than this representative, and I know that.
This is so weird. This is giving me like real like sensitive female energy, dude. That's just what I get from both of these dudes.
I'm watching it. And it's absolutely ridiculous to say something about her saying that when your president talks about grabbing women by their private parts.
He wasn't the president when he said that. And it was a hot mic. It's not like he's saying it on the campaign, doing a speech. Come on, there's a clear difference here.
Also, he might want to pay attention to the world. Mainstream media, his network ain't where most people are getting their news. They're getting them from people like Roland, who are streaming in different spaces. Digital is real. So
I don't know why he's talking about audiences now. Is obviously Bill Maher has a giant audience, I'm pretty sure he has a larger audience than she does. He's been on TV for over a decade. Come on now.
Also, most of the voters in this country are no longer his age. They're her age. And they absolutely are listening to podcasters. They absolutely are getting their news from other alternative sources. And his problem is she can reach him and he can't. He's been saying the same bullshit white man speak for so long, and she's new to the scene and her following.
These people are just like overtly racist. They're just openly racist. And it's like totally fine. No one will say anything about this, especially Democrats, because their own side will start eating each other.
But I don't recall why Bill Maher is relevant at all, why he was ever relevant at all. So let's start there as far as, how much credence I give his words. But also you have to take into consideration that we've also been complaining about the messaging from the Democratic Party, excuse me, essentially being over the head of many of its constituents, meaning, they're too wordy, they sound elitist, et cetera, et cetera. Jasmine Crockett is a very educated Black woman across the board,
sure.
And she uses language that other people understand. And I can't think of anything that is more effective than that, right?
You can't think of nothing that's more effective than just talking normally? You have to curse every time you're in front of the camera and talk like you're from the hood? You can't just speak normal English? The way she's talking is only going to appeal to certain Black people in the Black community and probably some white people in those communities. People understand her because she curses every time she's in front of the camera. That's why you think it's effective? What?
So just because you don't like it doesn't mean it's not going to resonate with anybody else. Really, it resonates.
It's not going to resonate with nobody else. Only this certain part of the Black community where it'll register. Nobody else.
Resonates with everybody else except Bill Maher, apparently. It's also not lost on me that, frankly,
that just shows the bubble that she lives in. She thinks it resonates with everybody else except Bill Maher. What are you talking about? This is delusion, like live.
Black women just get a lot of flack from white men for no reason. This is yet another situation of an overqualified Black woman who, Bill Maher clearly feels threatened by, as far as I'm.
How is she overqualified? I don't understand. This is literally live delusion.
I'm concerned. Like you said, Donald Trump has done God knows what else, like everything else. I mean, grab him by the pussy should have stopped him from running for president right then and there. And yet he bulldozed over that. It's like all of these things that Donald Trump has done and other Republicans have done and other people have done. But when it comes to Jasmine Crockett talking about real issues in a way that real people can understand them, that's when he has a problem. Again, I'm not giving credence to Bill Maher. I'm surprised he still has a show.
Now, mind you, he's sitting there with blue cards with notes and stuff on it. So you can check notes and I can't. Haven't been booked since. So that's how much of a punk ass Bill Maher is.
Yo, Roland Martin is a woman, dude. Roland Martin is a female. He just acts like a female, like all the time. Just super sensitive, like who cares, dude? What? They're trying to make it seem like Trump got into office because he was raw sometimes. Like sometimes he would curse, sometimes he would make a joke. That's not why he's in office. And whatever Jasmine Crockett is doing is not going to resonate with the rest of the country, obviously. If she becomes the leader of the Democratic Party, I'm cheering it on because that's guaranteeing success in future elections for the other side. And clearly, some people think that this is resonating with Americans. I guarantee you it's not. And she stands on her terrible policies, calling for reparations and then talking about how a $5,000 check wouldn't do you any good. Come on. So you're for handing out money in one instance and not the other. I know where you're going with this. They're just racist. That's literally that's the end game, that they're just racist. That's what it is. All right, guys, let me know what you think down in the comments below. Don't forget to subscribe, like, and share, and I'll see you later.